Welcome to the module on social groups, factor affecting group formation. The learning objectives of this module are to learn about the factors affecting group formation of groups in group work practice, to learn in specific about the pre-group planning phase, and also to learn about the role of group worker both during the formation of group and also at the stage of pre-group planning. Introduction. Factors affecting group formation. There are 4 major factors that influence our decision to join and remain in any group. First is attraction to the members of group, activities, goals or the task of the group, affiliating with the people in the group, and last, meeting needs or goals lying outside the group. Now, we will take up each of the factors in detail. Attraction to the members of the group grows out of the proximity and frequency of interaction. For example, consider your own experience of friendship groups that are largely determined by who is available for interaction, your neighbors, classmates, roommates and so on. We must remember that proximity creates only the potential for attraction. Other factors usually come into play when actually establishing a relationship. The power of similarity, especially attitudinal similarity, appears to be as strong in group formation as in the interpersonal attraction. When we consider attraction to a group, we must also consider the characteristics of group itself. Several attributes of groups generally make them more attractive to the prospective members and thus contribute to the group formation. First is, the more prestigious a group can offer a member, the more attractive the group is. Members who have position of higher authority and prestige are usually most attracted to remain in the group. Cooperative relationships and joint rewards heighten the attractiveness of a group, whereas individual striving and competition detract from it. The degree of positive interaction among members directly affects attractiveness since it increases the range of personal and social needs being met. The size of the group also affects its attraction. Smaller groups generally offer more possibility for interaction, for sharing similarities and for meeting individual needs, and therefore tend to be more attractive. Positive relationships with other groups may add to the prestige of the group and make it more attractive. Nothing succeeds like success. Groups that are perceived as meeting their goals effectively usually appear to be more attractive. Secondly, the task of a group, as experience in its activities and goals, is often an important reason for joining. You join a photography club because you enjoy taking pictures and discussing that activity with others. You join a protest group against higher tuition fees because you cannot afford to pay more. In these examples, you are gaining reward directly through group membership. The application of social exchange theory to group formation predicts that we join and remain in groups when the rewards for doing so outweigh the cost, thus yielding profits. The third factor for joining any group is our desire to affiliate with the people in that particular group. We satisfy our need for affiliation through interacting with the people, just as we meet our need for achievement through the activities and the goals of the group. Whatever we affiliate for social comparison or to reduce anxiety or to satisfy an innate craving, it is clear that group is a powerful forum for meeting our basic social needs and a strong influence on one's behavior. Fourth factor is, group membership may help us meet the needs that lie outside the group. Thus, group membership may be a stepping stone to achieve an external goal rather than a source of direct satisfaction. For example, a college professor may regularly attend meetings of a professional association to enhance the probability of promotion. Another example could be, a candidate for political office may join a host of community organizations to enhance his or her chances for election. From the various factors influencing group formation, the following hypothesis can also be confidently stated. First would be, people join groups in order to satisfy some individual needs. Secondly, proximity, contact and interaction provide an opportunity for individuals to discover the need satisfaction that can be attained through affiliation with others. Interpersonal attraction is a positive function of physical attractiveness, attitude similarity, personality similarity, economic similarity, racial similarity, perceived ability of the other person, his or her success or failure, and need compatibility also play very important role. An individual will join a group if he or she finds the activities of the group attractive or rewarding. An individual will join a group if he or she values the goals of the group. There also exists a need for affiliation which renders group membership rewarding. An individual will join a group if he or she perceives it to be instrumental in satisfying needs outside the group. Group development follows a consistent pattern which may be characterized as orientation, evaluation and control. Now, we will talk about the personal skills and attitudes of you, meaning the group worker, the mobilizer in forming a group are also crucial to the success. The following are few pointers as a mobilizer we may need to keep in mind. First point is patience. People tend to change slowly. Do not try to hurry the process up too much. We need to be empathetic. Empathy, you need understanding of the community members and their problems, the ability to see the things as they do. Business knowledge, meaning you need a thorough understanding of the business side of the group's future activity and an ability to explain in simple terms. Commitment, the most important part, you must be thoroughly convinced of the value of what you are doing and willingness to do it well. Realism, you must be able to give practical help in a realistic way. Respect, people may be poor, but they are not stupid and resent the big master approach and may be suspicious of any tendency to a know-it-all approach. Therefore, respect the people's opinion, what they say, what they believe. And also honesty and integrity of the mobilizer as a group worker. Your reputation is your most important asset as a mobilizer. Now, we move on to the pre-group planning stage. Several authors have studied the process of working with a group. There is no agreement on the stage of the process, as different authors use different terminologies to describe these. The number of stages also differ among the authors. Some begin from a pre-group formation stage to the termination or the final stage, whereas others may start with the beginning stage or the first phase and go on to the ending stage. However, there is a kind of uniformity in conceptualizing that the process should commence from planning and it should have a termination stage or a phase where the worker withdraws from the active involvement. Planning about forming the group includes making a decision about the target population, the broad objectives to be pursued, the resource availability and other factors as relevant in Indian context. Pre-group planning stage refers to contacting potential members individually or in small groups to share with them the idea of forming a group. Groups in India are initially conceived by an organization or a welfare agency, as people themselves generally do not take such initiatives. Both the voluntary organizations and the government organizations have found working with groups a useful strategy for accomplishing a number of objectives. The worker in Indian context, therefore, has to carry out the idea of forming a group for an already identified objective to the people. He or she has to educate the potential members about the needs or issues that the group will address and how it is likely to benefit them. The worker generally meets the potential members for the first time, and many members have little or no experience of working in such groups. The formation stage thus will require careful planning on the part of the group worker. There are two sets of plan that a worker must prepare. The first part of the planning concerns how the formation of the group will be accomplished, and the second part of the planning is concerned with what issues will arise once the group gets going and how these will be dealt with. Many a time, the general assumption is that the members' need is well known. For example, the economic need or the recreation need of children and youth. Yet, when the idea of forming a group is shared, not many members show interest. The answer lies in the fact that children do not feel the need for an organized group to play. Things in their day-to-day life have never been so organized, and the very idea of any form of organization is very unknown phenomenon to many. It therefore takes a long time to make them accept the idea. It is very important for the formation of a group that a worker presents the idea of forming a group to potential members in a very clear and unambiguous manner. Secondly, workers must clearly indicate how the group activities will meet a specific felt need of the members. The worker should carefully analyze the need of the clients, as our own perceptions may not be the same as those of the clients themselves. If there is a wide gap between the members' perception of what the group can deliver and that of the worker, the group development will be very slow or the group may not take off. The worker should contact the members individually and in groups to discuss the idea and purpose of the group formation. The planning for forming a group in particular should focus on these details. First is composition of the group. The nature of membership depends on the purpose of the group and its goals. Client or target population is an important factor in determining the composition of the group. We have to collect details about the members on these points. For example, the socio-economic background of the members, the geographical location of the members, urban, rural, tribal location, the client group, children, women, tribal, farmers, etc. Earlier experience of the group participation of the members, reasons for joining the group, and also the individual need assessment of each of the members. Then we have to take a decision about the composition of the group after analyzing these details. Collecting information about the issues will also help the worker to get organized in carrying out the work. It will give her some idea about the background of the potential members. Take a careful look at the group goals and make sure that they are in conformity with the needs of the members. Another factor to be kept in mind is the size of the group. A decision about the size of the group should be made keeping the purpose of the group and needs of the members in mind. In Indian situation, at times the worker faces the dilemma of how to say no to persons eager to join the group, since he or she is not in a position to accommodate them due to shortage of resources. Large groups, however, offer more ideas, skills and resources. Treatment groups are kept small to enable the members to focus on each member, while self-help groups are allowed to have more members to make them financially viable. The decision about the size of the group depends on several factors, including the experience of the worker and the age group of the clients. Nature of the group membership is another important thing to be thought about. The issue of membership, whether to keep it closed or open, is decided in accordance with the purpose and the duration of the group. In growth oriented groups, for example, it is better to allow new members to join if there are vacancies, in order to enrich the experience of the group and also to extend an opportunity to a larger number of people. Treatment groups, however, find it difficult to admit new members, as this can change the existing environment of the group. Duration of the group. The decision about the duration is taken considering the purpose, experience and capacity of the members to achieve the goal in a given time frame. Many group workers try to form groups with a long term perspective. The general idea is to make the group self-sustaining so that it can function independently. Frequency of the group meetings also we have to think about. Frequency of group meetings are to be fixed depending upon the purpose, convenience of the members, the worker's own work load, etc. As such, there is no fixed formula to decide on these issues. For example, recreation group of children meet more frequently support groups once a week or once in 15 days, and self-help groups or saving groups meet weekly or once a month, and so on. So, it depends on the purpose of the group. The place of meeting also we have to be thinking about. The place of group meeting has also to be decided in accordance with the convenience of the members and the facilities in terms of space and other resources needed for group activities. Frequent changes of venue of meetings is known to cause difficulties and should be avoided. Members' consent about the place of meeting is helpful, as at times the place of meeting could severely affect the participation. Now, we would like to sum up the module. In this module, we have learnt about the 4 important factors that affect the formation of groups in the social group work practice. The attributes of group have also been discussed, which make it attractive for people to join a particular group or groups. Role and also the attributes of group worker as a mobilizer and also as a facilitator have also been discussed in detail. We also learnt about the pre-group planning stage, things to be kept in mind while planning to form a group, and the role of worker at each of these stages. Thank you very much for attending this module.